What's going on, everybody? Welcome to a special edition of the TVP Lounge. Now, it's weird streaming on a Monday. We'll be honest with y'all. It's the start of the week. It's been an ugly day for me anyway. But for those of y'all who follow me on Instagram, appreciate all of y'all who decided we should stream about these updates today. I know we talked about it on Friday. We was expecting a press conference, or I was expecting a press conference to be around tomorrow. I was expecting it to be about 14 days, but surprise, surprise, Governor Sisolak from home decided to stream, or not stream, he decided to give a press conference for us on Sunday. So in the middle of watching the football games, I saw that the governor decided to drop a press conference. So we got it a couple days early. Mike, what's going on? Welcome to the TVP Lounge. Gary, what's going on? Welcome to the TVP Lounge. David, Tyler, it's Rocky. What's up, folks? William, shout out to you too. All right, so we say we was gonna stream at 4 today instead of 5 because we know Monday Night Football. To all the football fans, we know it's a game tonight, and I'm actually was with y'all on that, but I said I would leave it up to y'all. So all right, so I give folks like another minute or so. It's not gonna be a crazy long stream. I promise y'all that. Max an hour. I'm trying to get this over with. And then once I get through what I need to get through and share my opinions, I'm gonna go ahead and open it up to y'all, and then we'll get up out of here. What's happening, Rick? What's going on with you? Welcome to the lounge, man. Appreciate the shout out. Is that Denanya? I hope I said your name right. I apologize if I didn't. I appreciate that. Welcome to the lounge, David. Yeah, that's facts. We're going to get into that. So before we get started, I would like to give a round of applause to Governor Sisolak. So I'm going to give a round of applause. Give a round of applause to Governor Sisolak. Round of applause. If y'all got the emojis, go ahead and drop the claps in there. Y'all probably like, why are we celebrating Governor Sisolak? Because as you see in the title, Las Vegas is not shut down. A lot of people was speculating, was putting rumors out there that if things didn't get better, that they thought Vegas was going to shut down. Now, I've been adamant that Vegas is not going to shut down, even if the cases got bad. I just said there would be more strict restrictions, and that's exactly what came from it. So let's get into it. So I got a whole bunch of notes, and to be honest, I went through my notes. I was just trying to make sure I got everything that this man was talking about. So when I gave my update on this with my opinions, that I knew I was talking about. So the important stuff first, as somebody just mentioned in the chat, their occupancy reduction has gone from 50% to 25%. Now, y'all know a few weeks ago, I believe maybe it was a month or so ago, when we did the update, that when the bars opened back up, everything was at 50% capacity for places that was 25, 100, or 250 people, the lesser of the two. Well, now he's dropped the reduction due to these increases in cases in Nevada from 50% down to 25%, and from 250 people to 50 people. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but from 250 to 50, ain't that like an 80% decrease? So the occupancy went from 50% to 25%. So they got cut in half. Or the lesser being 250 people to 50 people. Now some people might be like, well, why is that a big deal? Well, places that don't have an occupancy of like 200 or 100, if you cut that in half, that was at 50 or 100. So now if you cut that in half, then people is at like 25 to 40, something along that range. So some of the smaller businesses, this really impacts having a 50% cap instead of 50% or 25% of the fire code, because some of these smaller businesses was cool with the 250 people because you can make do with 250 people. All right, so note number one, he said mask mandates was being strengthened across the board. Now, we talked about this in the stream last week. I talked about this, and when I touched on this 2 weeks ago when the first press conference came out. If you've been in Nevada, you know folks is wearing masks. If you've been out there, you know that. Now, is every person in Nevada wearing masks? No. Every person in the world, no matter what state you're in, is not wearing a mask. That's just what it is. But the mandate, what he's now implementing is, because as y'all have seen in some of the videos, people who are outside on the strip or people who are outside of public places aren't wearing their mask because people are like, I'm not gonna walk around outside with a mask on. Completely understandable. Well, now as of because all of this goes into effect at 12:01 a.m. So out here on the West Coast, in a little less than 9 hours, it's going into effect. You have to wear a mask at all times, indoors, outdoors. It don't matter where you are. You have to wear a mask at all times. Now, some people might be like, okay, well, if I'm outside and I don't got a mask on, what are they going to do about it? Well, let me tell you something. You know how everybody was saying Vegas is dangerous? There's a lot of police out on the strip in Vegas now. So if you out in public and you don't have a mask on and they write you a ticket, there's nothing you can say about it because it's a state mandate. So that's how that can affect people not wearing a mask. He said this includes wearing masks in private gatherings, and should be worn at all times where you're around someone who is not a part of your immediate household. So even if you're in Vegas, you're trying to go see people, they still want you to wear a mask. So that was the thing number one. He's increased the mandate of wearing masks. So, I mean, truthfully, it's probably not going to affect a lot of people because, like I said, a lot of people who was in Vegas was wearing masks anyway. So the second thing, which was the big thing, is that occupancy is being cut from 50% to 25%. And this includes gyms, fitness, dance studios, unless you are actively eating or drinking. This also includes indoor, outdoor areas. Restaurants can only have a max of 4 people at a table, which was previously 6. And he also emphasized that there should be sanitizer everywhere. Now, if you've been to Vegas and been to places indoors, there's hand sanitizer stations everywhere as it is. So I don't think people gonna have no problem with that. Public gatherings, because he wanted to bring up public gatherings. Now, when I was listening to this, I'm gonna get to my opinions in a second. I just want to get to the facts and stuff first. But the tone of this message really made it seem like the spread was coming from Nevadans. Now, when I was watching his actual press conference, there were people in the live stream who were Nevadans who said, why don't you ban tourists? You know, Nevadans is following the rules. And I've been saying this myself. You can go and look at my live streams that Nevadans have been following the rules. They don't even really come to the strip like that. But that was the tone from his press conference, that was like Nevadans is just not following rules, so now we have to implement these restrictions. But he made sure to emphasize before he said anything else that that Vegas is not shut down. He made sure that Nevada's not shut down. He made sure to emphasize that. Public gatherings are limited to 50 people or 25% of fire code, whichever is less. This includes places of worship, indoor movie theaters, live theater performances, casino shows, weddings, funerals, celebrations of life, milestone celebrations, and any other event where members of the public may be gathered together at the same time in the same place for the same purpose. I tell y'all. And then he said large events that have been approved in the next 3 weeks will be canceled. So, like, events that were going on because they had increased occupancy had to go through an approval. Like, if some conventions wanted to come out there and they were going to have like a certain amount of people that might have been over what the limit was, they had to fill out approval. Or if it was going to be at the limit, but there could be potentially more people over the 50% occupancy, they just had to file a letter with Nevada and get it approved. So he's saying if you come into Vegas in the next 3 weeks, because by the way, all of these things that are going, all these restrictions that are going into effect tomorrow will be in effect for 3 weeks. Now, I told y'all last week they're not going to shut down Christmas. I said I'm not Christmas. They're not going to miss their New Year's Eve money. I told y'all that last week. So when I heard the 3 weeks, I was like, that makes sense, because in 3 weeks, you're going to be knocking around Christmas, New Year time of year, and they not about to miss that New Year's money, especially because we all know Circle opening on the 28th. So ain't no way in the world you about to have these strict restrictions. Anywho, all right, let me hop in the chat real quick before I finish this, because I know I missed a lot. What's going on, Tisha? Welcome to the lounge. You said, are the rules stricter? Yeah, so pretty much you're wearing a mask at all times. A lot of people were in Vegas on the strip not wearing a mask. I mean, that's just public knowledge. It's everybody who do Vegas videos who on the strip, you'll see people not wearing masks outdoors. Whether they walking the strip, whether they walking down Fremont Street, even if they somewhere in Nevada that's not on the strip, like people is just out without a mask. Well, it's mandatory now. You have to have a mask, period. Unless he specifically said, unless you are, I want to use his verbiage for this. Oh man, what did he say? It was about eating. Oh, I can't even put my notes. I got I swear 2.5 pages of Microsoft notes. But he was basically saying if you eating, unless you continuously eating, if you're not literally, oh, that's what it was. If you're not actively eating or drinking. Okay, I was trying to figure out what it was. If you're not actively eating or drinking, you have to have a mask on. And I'm like, all right, man, cool if you say so. But that's how I got stricter. So, and restaurants as well. I'll get back more into details in a second. But restaurants, there's no more walk-in for restaurants and bars that serve food. If it's a restaurant or a bar that serves food, you have to have a reservation. You can't walk up no more. You can do to-go orders. You can do takeout. If they do delivery, they'll do delivery. But you can't walk up to restaurants and just dine in. You have to have a reservation. Now, this is what I thought about. I'm going to be honest with y'all. When he said that, I was kind of like, well, that's going to kind of be interesting for a lot of the restaurants on the strip that people normally just walk up to and get something to eat. Like y'all know I love Beer Park. Most people go to Beer Park and just go to Beer Park. Hex right there under it. Even Cabo Wabo, Chayo LV, Gordon Ramsay Burger. A lot of these places, you don't need a reservation. People just walking up the strip and they go and get food. So I wonder if they're going to be you have to have a reservation to get here. And they're like, would you like to make a reservation? Because I'm just thinking as a business owner, how would I find my way around this? I would be like, well, you need to have a reservation. However, we have a slot open in 2 minutes. If you want to make a reservation here, we can put you and your party here. Or we have a reservation open in 5 minutes. If you like to come by in 5 minutes and dine with us, I'm almost certain something along them lines would be the workaround. Because if you known to just be open and let people walk up, and you're going to be reservation only, most people aren't thinking to go online and be like, all right, I'm in Vegas. Where do I want to make a reservation at? Or I'm drunk right now. I want to get some food. I'm not trying to make a reservation at Secret Pizza. I'm trying to go to Secret Pizza and get a slice of pizza. So, there's going to have to be a workaround for that. That don't even make no kind of sense whatsoever. David said, I'm worried about the attendance inside the casino sports book. Are they limiting the seating in the sports book as well? That's a good question. As far as the casinos, they said that they were minimizing gambling to 25%. Now, I remember when I went out there reopening weekend, there were places that were actually having people count the number of folks that were coming in and out of places. So it's very possible that they're going to implement some type of counting. And one of the last things he said was that community and rec centers can remain at 50% occupancy because there are things that I'm going to get to in a second that don't have to follow these restrictions, which I also found interesting. But he said that community and rec centers can remain at 50% as long as they are providing critical child care services. Public gathering restrictions don't apply to school districts either. But he also mentioned that places that have retail, because retail is one of the places that don't have to follow these restrictions. If it's at 50,000 square feet or more, they have to have somebody at every entrance monitoring their occupancy level. But I'm a lot of the hotels and casinos are going to do the same thing anyway. They're probably going to have it where you can come in one way and go out another way. That's one thing they've been doing anyway. So they'll probably continue with that until for the next 3 weeks. They'll probably continue to enforce that. Tyler said, none of this matters if police aren't enforcing it, which I feel like will happen. Cops on the strip got a lot bigger things to worry about. Well, I can almost certainly assure you that there will be cops more active on the strip than they have already been. They've already been out there more often over the last couple of months. But they haven't really been enforcing anything because it wasn't mandated to have a mask on at all times. It was just mandated to have a mask on indoors in public areas. But now that it's mandated to be on at all times, you can almost be certain that there will be police officers on the strip, and they will write you a ticket if people are not following the rules. And Mike says, "This is a lot skip math in school." There's a lot of things. There's so much that went on in this press conference. That's one confrontational, but just really eye scratching, or not eye scratching. That was head scratching. That was eye catching. That really had me like, what? Are restaurants going to have their own apps you can download to make a reservation or just call? That's a good question that wasn't specified, but I guess that's something that we're going to see. I'll be out in Vegas next weekend, not the weekend after Thanksgiving, the weekend of the 5th. So I'll be in person to see that, and I'll make sure I get I'll put a video together, an in-person update video, not a oh my god, now I'm losing my mind. Not a press conference video. It'll actually be an in-person video, so we can see live and real how things is being operate, or how things are operating. He also said some of these things are already happening. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff that he was enforcing that I was like, they're already doing that now, so that's not really gonna affect anything. Teacher said it doesn't sound any different from when I was there in late October. Same rules were in place. Yeah, I feel like truthfully, with all of this that's being said, like, to summarize it all, you have to have a mask on at all times. Like, that's just the general senses of it is. If you're going to Nevada, you have to have a mask on at all times. No questions asked. Unless you are actively eating or drinking. So, which raises a lot, because what do you define as actively eating or drinking, you know? Yeah, I seen some emojis of it. I'll take a couple shots. I'm not finna get super lit today. I just want to give y'all these updates. But yeah, if y'all drop some emojis, we'll go ahead and take a shot. Still the TVP Lounge. We still vibing, but I had to share this information. Hope everything is back to normal by pool season next year. I need a Vegas style good time. All right, let me go ahead and read this verbatim. I just stopped. After I heard this, I really stopped taking notes, because we all know what the state of the world is right now. We all know. It don't matter how you feel about C-19, how serious you think it is, how not serious you think it is, if you believe it's real or not. It's definitely a real virus. I hope we're not at a point where people don't think C-19 is real. It's definitely real. Now, the severity is going to be subjective to the person. But let me just go ahead and read this, because it's going to get controversial, but this came from his mouth. There needs to be policies in place for distribution of the vaccines nationally. So this all about vaccines, huh? It's all about vaccines. So I guess these vaccines, according to Governor Sisolak, are either here, on the way, and there needs to be a policy in place so they're distributed nationally. He emphasized how Nevada's in a red zone, or is a red state like some of these other states. All right, let me finish going through this, and then I'll catch up with y'all in the chat, because I want to get this out here just for everybody who's not gonna stick around. So private gatherings are reduced to 10 or fewer from no more than 2 households. Adult and youth sports tournaments will be paused during this 3-week period. Now, retail establishments, including malls, do not have to change their capacity limits. What? Yo, like, all right, let me finish this before I start going on my tangent. Retail and grocery stores with 50,000 square feet are required to have employees at every entrance, counting to ensure compliance to capacity limits. All right. So that's the update with the private gatherings. We spoke on the public gatherings about the 50 people, the 25% of the fire code. Now, he said, now I'm sorry, y'all. Here's what won't change. Brothels, adult entertainment establishments, day clubs, and nightclubs will remain closed. Retail establishments do not have to change their capacity limits. Hair salons, barbershops, and places that provide aesthetic skin services, spas, massage therapies, or body art and piercing establishments, all can remain at the current state of 50% occupancy. So y'all in the chat, those of y'all who tuned in, please explain this to me. So massage therapy, body art, skin aesthetics, hair salons, and barbershops. Getting your nails done, getting your hair done, getting some tattoos, getting some piercings. All of that stuff is more important than getting some food and all of this stuff. I just the tattoo, the body piercing, and what did he say? Yeah, the body art and piercing establishment. That's what did it for me. Cause you talking about people playing with needles. Like, we in a pandemic, and when you get tattoos and piercings, you gotta transfer blood. You know. So if somebody got C19 and you don't know it, and you doing a piercing or a tattoo, and that blood spill out, isn't that the virus being exposed? I mean, I could be tripping, you know. I don't know nothing about C19, man. But I was like, so that's cool, but restaurants got to be limited to 4 people. He wants them to even increase this space between the tables at restaurants, and you got to make a reservation. So I can walk up and get my hair cut. The ladies can walk up and go get their hair done. But restaurants got to have a reservation only. Okay. Wow. All right, y'all. Let me catch up to y'all in the chat, man. I got a super chat. I'm sorry about that. Brian, what's going on? Welcome to the TVP Lounge, man. Appreciate the super chat. Good to see you. Oh, man. Said you're over the whole virus. Everyone is aware of the risk at this point. Everyone knows what could happen if they choose to go out. You can't keep making decisions for people you just can't. I agree with you 100%. And I saw somewhere that the terminology COVID fatigue is where people are getting to. People just getting tired of hearing about C19. Sorry, YouTube. C19. People tired of hearing about it. People tired of dealing about it. And I'm gonna be honest. I think we all, like, I was telling my folks, I'm at C19 exhaustion. Like, I don't even want to hear the word no more. Like, I'm just tired of hearing about it. But it's still a serious thing. So it's gonna be real curious. But I just have no idea. I have no idea what they were thinking with some of this stuff. Like, that last part got me with the whole hair salon. Now, don't get me wrong. Like, I know that's good for the locals, because y'all know I told y'all, like, I feel like it's an issue that I feel like he's taking shots at locals, saying that the locals is causing the spread. And he said this, that public gatherings and social gatherings was causing the spread. That people eating indoors, not wearing their mask all the time, was causing the spread. He actually said that. That was what was causing the spread. These social and community gatherings, people eating indoors, not wearing a mask at all times, even if they was 6 feet apart. Okay. And what was the other thing he said about this? He mentioned something about a model. All right, so check this out. So he said, this was like the initial thing. I wanted to put out what was going on first, so before I dove deeper in all of this. So if y'all coming in, just to recap real quick, Vegas is not shutting down. If you're going to Vegas, you can still go to Vegas. Hotels is not changing anything from what we talked about on Friday. The hotels that are closing midweek are just closing their hotel rooms. The casinos are still open. You can go into all of the casinos. You just can't stay at all of the hotel properties Monday night, Tuesday night, and Wednesday night. Go back and check the videos to see which ones. But occupancy is going from 50% to 25%. It was a 250 head count, or 50%, whichever was less before. Now it's 50 people or 25% of fire code, whichever is less. You have to wear your mask at all times. Now, I said that's probably going to be the one thing with all of this that's being said that's going to stand out to a lot of people, because a lot of people was like, I'm going to Vegas, I'm not wearing my mask when I'm on the strip, I'll be fine, blah, 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 blah. And that's what people been doing, you know. And up until the last 3 weeks, it ain't really seemed to be a problem. But as I dive deeper into this before I wrap I still got time. But as I start diving deeper into this and really start going into the chat with some of this stuff, but it's just hilarious to me. And a lot of this stuff is just real sketchy. How this just took off out of nowhere, you know. But that was the basis of what was going on. Private gatherings, and I mean private gatherings, that really caters more toward the locals, because if you're going to Vegas, you're not going for no private gatherings. You're going out there to be in the public. But private gatherings have to be no more than 10 people, and no more quote unquote than people from two households. Someone that asked, I think at the end of the day, was like, well, how are you going to enforce like the mask and stuff? And my mind was like the police. Like the police is going to be on the strip. Now, as far as like private gatherings, there's really no way to emphasize that, because you can't just run up in people's house randomly to see if they got a mask on or not, and they're not going to do that either. But if there's like private parties and weddings and stuff at the hotels and casinos, then they could definitely regulate that. Mike said, I don't see casinos not allowing people in or out, allowing people to check in. Nah, I don't think the casinos are going to stop people from coming in and out or checking in. If there's occupancy restrictions, they probably won't even allow people to book if it's at limit. Do we think it'll be open the weekend after New Year's Eve? Yes, I do. Absolutely. I guess you can social distance in salons. I mean, I guess you could. I mean, you can social distance everywhere, honestly. But which one is more important to you is what I would ask people. Being able to go dine in at a restaurant or going to a hair salon or a barbershop, because I'm pretty sure it would be more beneficial for the Vegas economy to have more people to be able to sit in a restaurant or to go to bars, because I'm pretty sure more people spend money at restaurants than bars than they do at hair salons and barbershops. Now, like I said, I'm happy for the local Nevadans in that regard, because they can continue to have their business. They can still continue to bring in income. But I'm almost certain that there's going to be a bigger hit to the Nevada income minimizing restaurants, especially because it's already a slow time anyway. Praying for a successful vaccine. Best of luck to y'all who get that. I'm not touching a vaccine, but I hope it's successful too for those who take it. I just won't be one of them. I think we're all sick of it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure 95% of the world is tired of hearing about this C-19. Have to stay fresh in Vegas. Plus, apparently the governor wants us to lose weight as well. Oh, man, it was crazy. Yeah, I mean, you do got to be fresh for sure. But I'm almost certain most people getting fresh before they go to Vegas. Now, if you a local, and you going to meet up with some people, then, you definitely want to be fresh. My friend and I don't even say the name of the virus anymore. We just refer to it as what's going on, trying to keep it positive. Shout out from Arizona. That's what's up. Shout out to AZ show mad love on this channel. Appreciate you. What's going on, more Molly? Welcome to the lounge. Said you going to party this Thursday. Have a good time. Turn up and enjoy yourself. Just remember, you got to wear a mask at all times unless you actively eating or drinking. Pop a couple of Flintstone vitamins. You'll be good after that. No doubt. So I would need a reservation for McDonald's too. Crazy. A big part of Vegas is just going with the flow. Absolutely. That's the same thing I said. Now, like I said, I'm real curious to see how the operation is actually going to play out, because like you said, most people go to Vegas to go with the flow. We going to go there, check in, drop our stuff off, and then go hit the strip. That's what you do when you're going to Vegas as a tourist. And he continued tourists to come to Nevada. He made sure that was an emphasis. Not shutting down Vegas. That was how he started. We are not shutting down Nevada. Okay? Just throw some restrictions to the locals. Told y'all, he punishing the locals for this. Punishing the locals, because having to wear a mask at all times, that's not really punishing tourists. Even having, if anything, it is going to make people who are tourists not want to go to Vegas, because they got to not only wear masks all the time, no matter where they are, unless they're actively eating or drinking. But now they gotta make reservations to places on the strip. Like if I want to go to, and he made sure to say bars that serve food, because there are some bars that are just bars that don't serve food. So those, you don't need a reservation. You can just walk up and get a drink and chill. They still have to implement the social distancing practicing. But I said that's gonna change a lot of people's perception. Especially because a few of y'all have hit me up who will be in Vegas over the next 2 to 3 weeks while this is going into effect. So I'm real curious to see what y'all think about it. If you're going to be in Vegas in the next few weeks, does this make you change your mind, or could you care less? Because even with my when I digest all of this, I was like, at the end of the day, they're cutting the occupancy from 50% to 25%. It's already gonna be slow anyway, so that's not really gonna affect too much of the strip anyway. It's just not a busy time of the year right now, not until Christmas and New Year's. So I don't really think that's gonna hurt too many establishments on the strip. It's just gonna be annoying for tourists because people ain't trying to have to make a reservation every time they gotta go somewhere. Because I thought the same thing. What about the McDonald's and Subway and Taco Bells that's on the strip? For those who like White Castle, y'all know I don't do White Castle, but like places like that, I gotta make a reservation to go get some fast food and come up out of there. Like, no man, that just don't make no sense. And they probably be like, no, you should order on the app to go. It's crazy. Alright, we have lockdown in California. Yeah, I'm in Northern Cali. Yeah, we on curfew from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. Fully hip on that. But that's another reason at the start of this stream, I gave Governor Sisolak a round of applause. Y'all just hopped in when I started this off with a round of applause. Because not only did Governor Sisolak not shut down Nevada, he didn't give him a curfew. And y'all know everybody like to get on Sisolak because he like to piggyback on what Governor Newsom do out here in California. Well, I gotta give him his props. He didn't fully emphasize things that they doing out here in California, regardless of how many of these is 13 of the 17 counties in Nevada. Is that what he said? Yeah, he said 13 of the 17 counties in Nevada have been flagged for elevated risk of transmission. Such fancy terms. That's amazing. So nice, well written. But with all of that said, he's still saying tourists can come in, just wear your mask at all times. Nevadans got to wear a mask at all times. He's just cutting the events in half. But they ain't got a curfew, so like you just said, they ain't got no curfew in Nevada. So I mean, I give him props for that. Hey, at least if it's 11 o'clock p.m., you can still roam on the strip. You might have to get a reservation somewhere, but hey, at least you can roam the strip. You said you would still go. I got to get my brother to still go. Well, I don't think most people will want to really cancel because you can still do things. It's going to just be limited. Fill me in. I just got here. All right, Nevada's being cut in half. Occupancy 50% to 25%. Private gatherings are at a max of 10 people, 2 households max. You have to wear a face mask at all times unless you're actively eating or drinking. That's a quick summary. I definitely had a replay up for all of y'all who come in late and want to hear the details. January 15th in Vegas still on. Good. Shouldn't change that. I don't think you'll have no problem. I think things are going to be better in the next. At the end of these 3 weeks, as he say, things is going to get better. So let's talk about some of these numbers. I know I told y'all these numbers was inconsistent, which is why I told y'all I don't watch the news and I don't trust the news. Especially because if you know everything that's going on, like I took notes from what he said, but when I be talking to y'all on the live stream and I be talking about stuff, I talk my stuff off the top of the head because I already know this stuff. So let's go over some of these numbers. I told y'all there was already inconsistencies in the first numbers, which is why I couldn't take this serious anyway. But let's go over some of these inconsistencies so y'all can further along though. Because I told y'all I found 963 cases a day was what the numbers was at a 13.7% positivity rate. That was what I talked about the last time we heard about this. It was 1326 from some other people. Then I saw apparently it was like 1400 and something. Well, it was like 1445 was another number. The numbers was crazy and consistent. But here's where the numbers are as of this press conference yesterday. At the beginning of, I'm going to just give y'all this little paragraph just to get through it. At the beginning of October, only 2 counties were flagged. So he's saying at the beginning of October. Now, remember, I told y'all Vegas was coming back to normal around October. That it wasn't as bad. All of the deaths and all of that was just to scare people. The state positivity rate is now at a record 16.5%. So that means in the last 2 weeks, it's gone up almost 3%. Anyway, and the death toll is past 2,000 people. It's very unfortunate. Rest in peace to all of those people. Recently, they experienced a number of daily cases. I believe this is a record number. 2,416 cases a day is what they are now recently reporting. So these numbers the daily cases have more than doubled. And it ain't even been 2 weeks. Remember, this conference was less than 2 weeks ago. So in the last 2 weeks, they're now getting double, almost double Almost double, definitely double the numbers I saw. 2,416 cases. The previous record was 1,639 daily cases, and this was back in July. Wow. Crazy. Today they had over 2,000 cases reported. So yesterday when he was giving a press conference, there was over 2,000 cases reported. Really? Wow. That's a lot of cases. Says the case rate growth is a wildfire, which I found hilarious because y'all know California known for the wildfires. So I was like, of course, that would be the terminology we want to describe this increase in cases of wildfire for sure. And says that it's outpacing neighboring states like Arizona. Now, if y'all remember, I said this in the last stream. Or not the last stream. I said this in the stream about the press conference. Why is it that California just shut down? I mean, I get why California would shut down and put a curfew. I mean, it's tech capital out here. I understand that for the business purposes. So you don't do a curfew in Nevada, but you want Nevadans to add these restrictions to Nevadans' schools. So what's up with Arizona? Why is Arizona not shut down? Arizona was the second highest state that was testing positive from Nevadans, or in Nevada, according to Nevada. You know, folks from Arizona, second highest state behind California. Third state was Texas, which I also saw Texas ain't shutting down. Why? So I tell y'all, see, I be asking questions and people get mad at me when I ask questions because they can never really answer my questions and they just think I'm crazy. I mean, that's fine. Like I said, we can agree to disagree, to each their own. We all have our own opinions. And again, these are just my opinions from the facts. This is what he said. I'm telling y'all what he said last night. So if y'all are outpacing Arizona, but y'all ain't outpaced California, who bringing y'all the most, why ain't no curfew? Anyway, all right, let me hop in this chat. See y'all in here jumping in the chat. All right, call me frog. Glad you came through. Catch the replay. Take it easy, man. Be safe out here. Said you sick of the numbers that go up and down. Yeah, I only get these reports to fill y'all in. I don't watch the news neither, but I told y'all once I got an update on what was going on, when I got some info on what was going on, I would share it with y'all. So that's what I'm doing. I watched the whole press conference, dissected it down. So now I'm sharing it with y'all. Now, of course, a lot of this stuff don't make sense to me because I don't really know how it can make sense to anybody who just look at it. Like, how can you double something when the foot traffic is less in 2 weeks? That just... Anywho, what's up, TQ? Glad you made it in. Nice to see you. Welcome to TVP Lounge. Hope all is well with you. What up, D-Rez? Welcome to the TVP Lounge. So yeah, that was crazy to me. And then he followed up and said, all available models indicate Nevada is in a red zone, and our health experts anticipate continued growth based on current trends. See, now that's where I had questions. First of all, what models is y'all? What models? Models of what? Where are these models coming from? And these models and your health experts anticipate continued growth. Well, the foot traffic about to slow down in Nevada. So how's something going to keep growing if there's less people around? You can follow analytics for the last 5 years. It's just, this is when it slows down in Nevada. So why would your health experts anticipate growth of the spread of the C19 if people not even going to be around? Anywho, but yeah, that was all of that started. Then he kicked off with everything. And a lot of that stuff ain't make no sense to me at all. But who knows what it is. June 2021 TQ birthday party in Vegas. That seems to be a vibe. Y'all go ahead and circle your calendars for June 2021 in Vegas. We're going to dive more into that in a couple months as we get into the new year. What hotel casino in Vegas do you think is overhyped? Give me a detailed overhyped as far as what? It's like a favorite. Is a hotel that's popular to a lot of people that's not really that good, or a hotel and a casino that supposedly is, it will have to be popularity because there isn't no hotels that are being specified, at least from what I've seen of recent, as a contributing factor. I know some people were trying to say that Cosmo had a whole bunch of numbers, but then them numbers disappeared, so we're not even fun to touch on that. As far as hotel and casino, yeah, clarify that for me. What you meant by that? What's going on? Who's that girl? Welcome to the lounge. I'm glad you made it in. Appreciate it. Hopefully you can still go on your December trip. I'll be out there in December. You can still go in December. Only thing that's going to change right now if you go in December is that you have to wear a mask at all times and make reservations to go to places. But truthfully, it's so slow in Vegas. It's going to be so slow in Vegas. It's not really going to be that big of a deal. Who knows? File this under BS, man. I wish I could have seen the comments. First of all, before I left or after I refreshed because it was over, so I'm watching the replay of it. In the comments, first of all, the video had more dislikes than likes, obviously, but all of the comments in there had me laughing out loud, literally. Like, people is funny. Like, I don't even think Nevadans take him serious. But at the end of the day, there's rules that are in place. We have to follow the rules. As long as we follow the rules and everybody do their part. That's why I tell y'all all the time, my opinions on C-19 don't matter how I feel. I still wear a face mask. I still wash my hands, use hand sanitizer. I stay 6 feet apart from people, so we can get this over with. It ain't about my feelings about nothing. It's about, can we get this over with? And that's just how I've been going through this. Philly said June 18th. All right, we gonna figure this out. We'll figure it out. But Cosmo isn't overhyped. It's legit. Yeah, I hope nobody will ever say Cosmo's overhyped. That would be a long discussion that we would have to have, because I would really need to hear the points to that. I had to think about that. There was a couple hotels I got to think about overhype. That's why I was like, give me a detail on what you would consider hype, because there's some hotels that I don't think that live up to like their 5-star standards. Like I've talked about Bellagio and their rooms, but when you look at the hotel overall, I would still give it a 5-star hotel. So, some random called me a Trump bigot for being against the lockdown. I'm like, dude, I'm black and just want to get my legit money cracking again. Listen, I've already said I don't like talking politics. I'm reporting this stuff because this is what's impacting travel to Vegas. Y'all know this what we do over here. This we talk Vegas. I mean, even though I'm open to talking anything, you know, this is the Vegas channel, so we keep updates and we talk about what's happening with Vegas. But it's crazy to me that we live in a society where if you don't agree with someone's views, not only can you not even talk, like just a simple conversation, tell me why you think this way. Like people who question my views on C-19, I say the same thing to them that I'm saying to y'all in this video. It just stuff, the numbers don't. People say men lie, women lie, numbers don't. Well, if the numbers is inconsistent, don't that mean the numbers is lying? Or am I just misreading that? I'm almost certain if there's something that's inconsistent, it's not the truth. But ultimately, people need to learn to agree to disagree. But for somebody to come at you like that, that's crazy. Like, I mean, that's just the truth. We in a state of the world right now where people is losing their jobs, or people can't go back to work. Like, it's affecting a lot of people, and a lot of people ready for this to be over with so they can go back to work and go back to living a normal life. But you take it serious, somebody else don't take it serious, cool, agree to disagree and move on. But you ain't gotta it's not that deep to want to argue and start calling people out their name and giving people these crazy kind of labels. It's just crazy. But again, that's what happened. That's what the media do. The media creates negativity. That's why I don't watch the news. That's why I follow sports for entertainment, certain celebrities because they entertaining to me, and I live my life like that. As far as reports and stuff, I stay away from that because I'm not a negative person. I don't like to be negative. So that's what comes along with the C-19. But all right, y'all. So got about 10 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I told y'all I was going to do a super long stream. I'm going to take a shot for y'all. One for all of y'all who still tuning around. This is a TVP Lounge. Y'all know that's what we do around here. I saw some emojis early, though I don't think our emojis met the criteria. I'm going to do one anyway, just because I appreciate y'all tuning in for this special edition of the TVP Lounge. But with all of this said, go ahead and get my recap just from my perspective, knowing Vegas. If you're going to Vegas, still go to Vegas. There's a reason they didn't shut down Nevada. I want to emphasize that. No matter how you feel about what's going on with this C-19, it is a serious virus. It's a serious virus. So take it as such, regardless of how you feel. Wearing a face mask ain't that hard. It's annoying. The truth is, wearing a face mask is annoying. We all can 100% agree with that. Wearing a face mask is annoying. We don't want to wear a face mask. But just put it on. And if you don't want to put it on, then just stay out the way and do you. But just go along with what we need to go along with so we can get back to where we want to be. That's just where I'm at with it. And Am I still doing the stream on Friday? I'll let y'all know. It's Thanksgiving, so we'll see. All right, I'm gonna take this shot, and then I got a super chat for a back to back. That's what's up. So I appreciate y'all still tuning in. Appreciate y'all and all the support. Cheers to y'all. Why is Texas not? Because of our governor. He said no shutdown. Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. Like, that's my question to that. So why, if Texas is as bad as it's being portrayed, why did the governor not shut it down? Same thing with Arizona. If Arizona is so bad, why isn't the governor shutting it down? If y'all can answer that, let me know. I mean, it's a genuine question. I want to know why, if stuff is this bad, every state should shut down. And if the states is not shutting down, why are they not shutting down? Excuse me. All right. Here's to the second super chat. I appreciate you, Thomas. Appreciate all of y'all as always tuning in, showing y'all support, giving y'all input. We come through vibe, share your opinions, we talk. That's what we do. It's all about us being one big TVP fan. We all one big group, and I appreciate y'all. So cheers to y'all. Kale, you have a good Thanksgiving as well. Appreciate all the support. She said I lost their family members to C-19, and my best and your bestie almost died from it. So it's real. They both unfortunately slipped on the mask wearing. And again, first of all, my condolences. I'm sorry to hear that. Like, I wouldn't wish death on nobody, even my worst enemy. That's just a whole nother level of crazy to me. But that's why I always say, regardless of how you feel about it, just put a mask on, just wear your mask. And if you don't want to wear a mask, just stay at home. Like, and have somebody else who want to put a mask on do what you need to do. If it's urgent, then most of us as adults at the end of the day. So truthfully, can't nobody make you do nothing. You ultimately have the final say so on what you do. But I feel like this particular pandemic we in, it's really not a hard world we live in. It's really more of a choice world we live in. Is you gonna wear a face mask or not? And we're gonna just deal with the consequences. To some people, that's how they feel about it. William, you have a nice Thanksgiving as well. Said you drinking. Oh, till next holiday, you drinking some Crown. All right, that's what's up. I keep the Crown around. TQ, I appreciate the super chat. Stay safe, but live your life, folks. Absolutely. I've been trying to preach that to y'all since in March when I did the C-19 little skit of what was going on about how you supposed to be in Vegas. But at the same time, it could be beneficial. Like, I did that skit for entertainment, but I was also trying to deliver a message. It's kind of like we all want to get to where we want to be, which is back to the normal way of life. But it's going to take everybody doing their part and following the rules that are being recommended to us. And we'll get to where we want to be. I mean, I'm one of those people who feel like it's really ultimately going to come down to a vaccine. I got a shot on the super chat too. But just come down to following the rules. I think really it's going to come down to the vaccine. It don't really matter what rules is in play. It don't matter what curfews, it don't matter what restrictions, it don't matter what the government say or do. My ultimate belief is, until these vaccines come out, ain't nothing really going to change. Stuff going to keep going up and down for whatever quote unquote reasons that may be. But watch when this vaccine come out. I would love to know when it's going to come out. I saw somebody say something about in December the vaccine might come out. And I really hope so we can start making strides in the right way. Cheers to the super chat. Again, cheers to y'all. Appreciate y'all being tuned in. I'm about to get up out of here in about 5 minutes because there is Monday Night Football. Rams, Bucks for the football fans. I'm one of them. I'll be watching the game. Got a feeling the Bucks is going to win tonight, but I guess we'll see. If y'all watch it, let me know. I hope you stream Friday. I mean, I can stream on Friday. I got to find a topic. Y'all want to DM me some topics, send them to me on Instagram. Go to the Facebook group, the TVP fam. I got the Facebook group link in the description. You can go down to the description and click the link. It'll take you straight to the Facebook group. And share what y'all want to talk about. Each week I try to find, something to talk about. It's really more what y'all want to hear. and I just come here to vibe with y'all. Ace, what's going on, man? Welcome to the lounge. 10th Amendment, man. It's up to the state since we don't have a federal provision for it. No matter, as long as the TVP fam stays safe. I agree with that 100%. I mean, and that's real. But we live in, it's so funny because we live in the United States of America. So why are we all not united? Unity. I tell y'all, peace, love, unity. That's I don't say those are my 3 attributes. I guess that's the word we're gonna use for how I feel about what's going on. Peace, love, unity. That's what we all need. So we should all be on the same page. Every state should be on the same, even the states that's not that bad, just to keep the consistency across the board. It will help a lot. All right, this for the super chat. Cheers to y'all. Say, I hope me and the fam is well. Me and the fam definitely doing well. Hope you and your family doing as well. Joshua, appreciate that. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well. Is the Bucks covering the spread? I think is the spread still at 4.5. I think they are. We'll see though. We'll see. I don't really like. I hate games with teams like this and it's like close. I think the line is at 4, but I didn't think KC was gonna cover it. I knew KC was gonna win last night. I took them on the spread. I didn't think they was gonna cover it though. But I think Tampa will cover the spread. We'll see though. They should cancel the Thanksgiving football game. Nah, they're not missing that money. Especially because I can't say there's no fans in the stadium because some teams have fans in the stadium, which again is crazy to me. That is the inconsistency. I tell y'all, the thing with me that I question about a lot of what's going on in this pandemic is the inconsistencies. There's too many holes with stuff. Just not Father's Day. Nah, we're not doing TVP weekend Father's Day. Mother's Day, Father's Day, any type of special family holidays like Thanksgiving, Christmas, I wouldn't be trying to put no event because I'm a family oriented person. So most family holidays I'm with my family. So nah. But I think we said the 11th or the 18th. I think the 18th is TQ birthday, I believe. And so a lot of people were saying they kind of actually like that. So like I said, once we get into 2021, let's get through Christmas and the New Year's and we'll start trying to prepare for TVP weekend 2021. You said your BF is a father and needs to be with his kid. Oh, okay, yeah, nah, I'm not doing Father's Day weekend. You said they need to pass the stimulus, and then Thomas said they're never going to agree on another stimulus with the powers being divided. Agree. I feel the same way because they had been talking about trying to pass a stimulus a couple months ago. Just so much there. It's crazy. The division is serious. It's why I hate politics and the whole Republican Democratic situation we got going on in government. It's just people got egos, people got pride. Said June 11th is the birthday. My apologies. Yeah, I think that was why. Oh yeah, June 11th was the birthday. 18th was the last day of that leave. I remember, Mike. But yeah, the division is crazy, and it's just like the country divided as Americans. We just divided on crazy stuff on who the president should be. People out here fighting about that. The government divided because they want one thing, and then the other side, it's just too much division going on. Again, negativity, and I ain't got time for it, so I just stay out the way. Yeah, I just stay out the way of that, man. I just peace, love, unity. I hope we can all come to a accord. Said Mitch McConnell is trash in your Ace video. Okay. Alright, that's what's up. Alright, y'all. I'm gonna head out in a couple minutes. Any last final thoughts? Final recap. I'll just do a quick final recap. As I always do. Nevada is still open. If you're going to Vegas, you can still go to Vegas. It's not gonna change. And that's been my belief for months now, that Nevada's not gonna go back to that shutdown. They still recovering for that 3 months. Cisco like even mentioned that yesterday, that with the fact that schools is not open and operating, that they're still being hurt in the Nevada economy by that. But occupancy is from 50% to 25%. And one thing I also wanted to touch, because I know I got people in here that be going to the clubs and stuff. He said that the brothels, adult entertainment establishments, day clubs, and nightclubs will remain closed. Well, there's a video on my channel that will clearly indicate that people don't know how to correctly reference things, because the nightclubs clearly can't be closed if they're open as lounges. So when he said that, I was like, how are you the governor of Nevada and you don't even realize that you have nightclubs and day clubs in Vegas? Well, the day clubs is closed now because it's off season, it's cold, ain't nobody swimming no more. But the nightclubs been open as lounges. Now, if you meant like them calling themselves nightclubs and being at full capacity, then yeah, then okay, sure. But like nightclubs is open as lounges. You can make a reservation. So when I heard that, I was like, what are you talking about? Sapphire Pool been open. You go to Sapphire Pool. That's an adult entertainment club. Anywho. But yeah. So those are the updates on that. And then you gotta wear a mask at all times. Everything is reservation only, unless it's a bar. You can walk up to bars. But places, restaurants and bars that serve food, gotta make a reservation. Casino occupancy and gaming is being cut to 25%, which I truthfully don't think it's gonna be that big of a deal anyway. Because even if the weekends are busy, they're not gonna be as busy as they have been. Because it's holiday season, it's Thanksgiving. Who going? Like some of y'all in here going to Vegas this weekend? That's what's up. Some will be out there next weekend. I'll be out there next weekend. But like, it's not gonna be the big crowds that it have been, so that's not gonna be that big deal. But that's basically the recap. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. I had a replay up. YouTube keep when I shut my streams down, it take a little bit for my video to process, and then when it reprocess, it be crazy ads at the beginning. So I always have to go in there and take away some of the ads. I do not be spamming my videos with ads. Y'all know that about me. Even my videos that I do have with ads, I do not be spamming ads in my video, because as a viewer, it drives me crazy. So I definitely wouldn't do that to y'all. So if you see a whole bunch of ads, it wasn't me. I apologize. I'll get it taken care of as soon as I can get into the studio and remove those ads. But that's the updates with Vegas. No shutdown. Just gonna have to wear your mask all the time. And if you plan on going out there to get married, you can't have no more people, no more than 2 households, max 10 people. Just keep that in mind, because I know a lot of y'all on this channel have watched my video and have gotten married. So y'all be safe. Happy Thanksgiving to all of y'all. I appreciate all of y'all who was tuned in for this special edition of the TVP Lounge. If you a Bucks fan, good luck to you. If you's a Rams fan, good luck to you. If you's a football fan like myself, you should have a very entertaining game tonight. I hope y'all have a great rest of the week. Hope y'all have a great holiday. And I will notify y'all on Friday if I am not streaming. I will go ahead and plan to stream on Friday, as I have been doing. Same time, 5:10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8:10 p.m. Eastern Time. I'll continue to keep the stream for Friday. I have started working on the Versus series, and the first video will be, it looked like on the YouTube side we lagging. So I'm not even going to tell y'all what the video is going to be. But thank y'all for tuning in. Appreciate the donation, right? See, I'm gonna get up out of here since YouTube trying to kick me off. But until next time, y'all be safe, wash your hands, wear your face mask, use hand sanitizer, stay 6 feet apart. I'll holler at y'all Friday.